BeamNG's 0.32 update is here. We've got a remastered car, more T-Series content, West Coast USA improvements, and more. We're going to be checking out all the major features and some features you might have missed. But a big part of this update is the 200BX remaster. The Ibishu 200BX has been remastered. In fact, it's not even called the 200BX anymore, it's just called the BX. This sporty Japanese car now has two body styles. We've got the classic liftback, which is basically like a sloping roof hatchback, and then a coupe. We've got a flat trunk here, and it's separated from the windscreen. That makes it into a coupe. The good news is we do still have models with pop-up headlights. Some of them do have normal headlights, but the pop-up headlights remain. The BX has been totally remastered inside and out. We've got a new mesh, we've got new textures. I love the look of this interior. I mean, it's not massively different to what it was before, but it does look a bit crisper and a bit more high quality. The number of BX configs has doubled to 40. As you can see, there's so many to check out. We're going to be starting with the base model. Let's take it for a test drive, and we're starting out at a new area of the West Coast USA map. We'll be checking that out a bit later. The 200BX was always quite well known for its drifting capability. It was very easy to drift, but this is the base model. It's mated to a manual gearbox and rear-wheel drive. That was a flashing speed camera. I'll talk about that a bit later as well. Here we go. Not much power, about 140 horsepower, but it does want to drift. Here we go again, and dump the clutch. No, where have the hubcaps gone? I think they've fallen off. Oh. Yes. You know what? Oh, come on. Oh, couldn't quite save it, but still feels really good. Now, because the model and J-beam have been totally overhauled, the crash physics should be really good. So we're bumping up the curb into a tree. Oh, yes. That looks really good. We've wrapped around the tree. Lots of deformation. Lots of the bits have fallen off. The interior, well, not much deformation, but oh, can we even open that door? Oh, we can open the door. Pillarless doors. I like it. The only real difference between the liftback and the coupe is that the liftback has a bit more space here in the back, and the coupe, well, has a smaller trunk. But they're not that bad. I do really like the rear light cluster on the coupe, though. That looks a lot better, I think, than the liftback. The BX also has a series of models called the Diana, and this is a JDM model. As you can see, the car now has right-hand drive as well as left-hand drive configs. I don't really know what Diana means. Is it like a slightly more luxurious JDM only model? The styling is slightly different here at the front, but it's just got exactly the same engine as the base model, and we've got an automatic gearbox in this one. Whoa! Automatic gearbox seems to like to rev quite high, although we don't have pop-up headlights on this one. Look at that. I like the way the lights look when we go, oh, sorry. That was a new horn. They've added new horns to the game, and we've ripped off that Lansdale's bumper. I always crash into Lansdales. We can go for a slightly sportier one called the Diana Type LS. And nothing says sporty like wood on the dashboard. It's probably fake wood. Wood on the gear stick? Okay, but I do like the two-tone... Oh, are they two-tone? I don't know. We've got two-tone carpets in here at least. Okay, 160 horsepower, just about 10 or 20 more than the others. Yep, lot of wheel spin and nice gear change. It's pretty smooth. This car doesn't have a soft suspension, though. It is pretty much a sports car. Oh! Damn, that was bad. And you can see some of the detail under the hood here, although that battery looks a little bit low quality. I like that the engine has slightly faded or been ripped away, the paint on there. That's kind of nice. This is the 200BX Turbo. We've got a very subtle body kit and a very subtle rear wing. Now, this has about 210 horsepower. Let's see how fast it is. Here we go. Whoa! Yep. Oh, synchronize the damage. Oh yeah, that's powerful. The turbochargers really do suit this car. Let's put up those pop-up headlights. Oh, but it does make it a little bit more. Oh, willing to drift. Oh yeah, but suspension keeping us straight and level. No! I nearly lost it there. Never let go of a steering wheel. I don't know why I let go, but here we go. Left corner, let's get a bit of a drift. No, too fast. Oh! And oh dear, that's gone really badly. The underside looks really good. Nice, shiny exhaust pipe there. Love it. And this is the V-Special GTZ Turbo. Look at this thing. Huge rear wing, and it kind of reminds me more of a Nissan Skyline, especially with that purple. So, let's see if it's any faster. Feels pretty similar so far. Oh, no different exhaust note or anything like that, but still feels really good. What about the handling? Here we go, into the first corner. Oh, yep, a little bit. Whoa! A little bit more flat. We did kind of spin, though. I'm really loving that huge, rear wing, though. Let's take it on the highway to see what its top speed is. Well, we've got a 5-speed manual gearbox, and we're accelerating past 135 miles per hour, and we're still accelerating. There's 140. This is really not bad for a 210 horsepower car. I think about 150 is its top speed. Let's do a massive crash into a bastion. Ooh, yes. The cars didn't merge together for once, and yeah, brake. You know what? Actually, I was expecting more damage there. Of course, the BX has a couple of police variants. There is a Diana one for the Japanese market and an American-style hot pursuit car with the Furwood Police Department. That's quite similar to an old skin that was in here, but they do look really nice. Nice liveries on these. Okay, let's try the Street Drift variant, one of the many highly tuned versions. And here it is. Looks quite nice. I'm not sure about the green, but listen to this exhaust. Now, the engine noise for the BX has actually been remastered, and it does sound really nice. That's for the 1.6 and 2-litre turbo engine. And here we are on our favourite drifting road here on West Coast, USA. Here we go. Whoa. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that does feel good, though. Good steering angle, a lot of power, which means you can just push this car through the corner with the throttle without having to steer too much. And then, whoa, come on, dump the clutch. Drift tap slightly. Yeah, it's a good drift car. We've also got the Pro Drift, which has over 500 horsepower and is very highly tuned. Look at these mismatched color wheels. I do like them, though, and very... Oh, hang on a minute. It's just been reversed. Okay, the livery isn't working on this side, but I'm sure that'll be fixed. But on this side, it does look very nice. Okay, now we got... Oh, hang on a minute. I think we've got a sequential. No, it's just a normal manual gearbox. Okay, different dials down there. Let's see if we can drift this thing in the same place. Oh, second gear. Whoa, yep. That is insane. That's insane. And you can drift at pretty much any speed. Whoa, here we go. Into the corner, catch a drift. I thought I was going to lose it, but this car has power and steering angle for days. Wow! The Diana track car is similarly impressive just because of how grippy it is and how fast you can push it into corners. Whoa! I mean, we did kind of cut the corner there, but it really is an epic looking race car, and I love the carbon fiber hood. Look at that. You can V8 swap the BX, and look at that really cool engine. This thing has a lot of power because it's the drag version, and we're going to race it against a D-Series. We gotta get up to the start line because nitrous on. He's already ready to go. Okay, into park, rev it up, and go. Oh, that's fast. That is really fast. Wow, 185, 7.4. That is one of the fastest drag times I've ever seen. Let's keep it going. 220, 230 miles per hour. And hit the ramp. Oh! Yep, that's an epic drag car through the trees and come to rest on this hillside. Perfect. And finally, the runner config. This is based on cars which Japanese tuners have made into highway beasts. You know, this thing has a top speed of about 300 kilometers per hour, and it was designed to go top speed on Japan's expressways. So, let's see what it does on West Coast USA. Nitrous on, let's not stall it. There we go. We've got a different Nomi steering wheel. That's really powerful, about 500 horsepower, and lots of turbo lag, and even the nitrous is lagging a bit. There you go, in third gear, and we're off. Right, there's 180. That's 120. Okay, we're in miles per hour. I don't know what speed we're going to get to. Revs up to nearly 9,000, and I think we've got 6 gears this time. Here we go, have we? No, we don't, but 5 gears is enough. 180. 185. The temperature is building up. The nitrous is running out. 23.6 psi. It's a pretty strong turbo right there. And we've lost it. I think we hit about 190. Oh, you know what? The crashes haven't been that big today so far. Oh, amazing. The T-Series update from last time has continued, and this time we've got a logging update. That means we've got logging upfit variants of both the cab over, and the long nose trucks. I really like the look of these. They've got a headache rack here, which basically stops the logs flying into the cabin and hurting the driver. Each log can actually be customized in the tuning menu. So let's do row 2, log 4, and increase the diameter. I don't know if that's going to do anything. Increase the length. I think it's going to go off the end of the truck now. No, you look at that. This one here has been adjusted and it does look quite a bit bigger. You can also customize the trucks a bit more. We can do things like change the bumper here from bare metal to polished. That looks really nice. Or what about black? Oh yeah, that looks really mean now. And you can do that for things like the exhaust, the bumpers, and the grills. The 900 cubic inch Belasco diesel engine can now be customized a bit more. I've noticed we can give it a race long block. That's pretty interesting. And the trucks now have beacons. So let's turn them on and have a look. There they are. They look really good. So the new log trailer for articulated trucks, as you can see, it has its own headache rack. In fact, with these logs, you can change their species, and they have a different density which changes their weight. So let's give it an applewood. That's 770 kilograms per meters cubed. And they do look really different. I love that they've added this. The ability to change the length, diameter, and the species of the logs. The flatbed trailer gets these things, steel coils. They can be 5, 10, or 20 tons, and they're pretty good for destroying cars. And trucks, as it happens. Here we go. Oh, that was a 20-ton one, and you can spawn these things as props. There's even a 30-ton steel coil. Oh my goodness, what happened there? That you can spawn. You can also spawn the logs as props as well. And another cool thing about the logs, when they hit the water, they float. And can you hear that? The game actually has water sound effects, so when a vehicle or a prop hits the water, it'll make a splashing sound. The West Coast USA map has been improved with a brand new area. This is the cement factory. It's basically where the deserted wasteland was from the last update. They've put a big old cement factory in here, and it's called Seal Brick. Kind of interesting. We've got lots of tanks, lots of production areas and facilities, and then this kind of storage area, I guess. It's not massive, but it does sit quite nicely next to the artificial river. It also goes perfectly with the brand new cement mixer upfit for the T-Series. We've got a nice BeamNG livery here and controls at the back so we can stop it, start it, and this thing I think changes the start. Changes the rotation, does it? Yeah, it does. Now, I don't know how this thing at the back works, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, hang on a minute, it's kind of moving. But anyway, it doesn't matter. There's no concrete in here or cement, and I can't work out how to put any in. But let's take it for a quick drive through the cement factory. I mean, this makes me wonder, are they going to add some kind of production processes in the game? Are you going to have to mine materials and then bring it to the cement factory or the iron factory to make those coiled cargo things? Whoa, okay. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It looks quite like well used. I like the detail in here. It's not brand spanking new clean. There's even just a pile of dirt there, but cool new area. Definitely adds to this part of the map, which looked quite barren before. As you're driving out of town on the highway nearby, you might notice this, a little, turning point here on the highway. It's quite nice they've added that. Will make things like police chases a little bit easier, where you can just cut through and go in the opposite direction. We're in the residential area, which has also been changed slightly. We've got slightly different grass texture, and the fencing has been changed. It makes it look a little bit cleaner and a little bit more lush. If we turn left here onto this cul-de-sac, you'll see we've got a house directly at the end, and that I think that adds quite a bit, because before it's completely barren up here. And look at that kind of steep ditch down there next to their house, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. As you drive around, you'll see that the road markings have been changed and improved slightly, and we have a lot more tire marks on the ground, which just gives the roads a bit more character, makes them feel more like a lived-in environment. The AI traffic has also been improved. They do drive a lot more naturally, at least on West Coast USA. And another thing you might have seen earlier in the video is that there are now speed cameras in the game. These will flash when you go fast past them, and they track your high speeds. Look, we even get little road signs, municipal speed camera in use. Here we go, let's go really fast past this thing and trigger it. Here we go, there you go, 57.76 miles per hour, traffic violation, even puts my number plate in there, 58 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. And if you love to crash, you'll really like this. We've got a cinematic crash camera in free roam. To enable it, go to options, camera, and then cinematic crashes in free roam mode. Let's see what it does. Now, this should bring up some kind of cinematic crash cam when we hit other vehicles. There you go. It did it before I even hit them, and it's, I can still look around with track IR, but we're still going to have another crash. I'm not actually going to hit anyone there. What? Okay, I wasn't going to hit anyone there, but I'm guessing the game didn't know what to do. Here we go. Oh, and it didn't do it there. Well, the van turning in the middle of the road. Here we go. Oh, and it stops the camera, goes under the car. Look at that. That's a really cool, whoa, really cool view. So what's happening here? Well, it's a very experimental mode. There was a pretty good reason why it didn't work before. It's just because it's experimental, it's brand new, they're testing it out. But it only detects crashes between vehicles and only works in free roam mode. There's basically set camera modes where it'll do like a cool camera angle, and it chooses a random one of them every crash. You don't have much control over it yet, and it just seems to do it there. It's kind of weird. It's a really good thing to see. I'm probably going to leave it off in most of my videos, if not all of my videos, but it reminds me of Burnout, and I love it. What about some of the other changes? Well, this is great news for all the cars in BeamNG. They all have dynamic physical mirrors, which means you can see your reflection in the car and they just look that bit crisper, a little bit nicer. We previously saw it on the T-Series, but now every car in BeamNG has them. On more modern cars, the mirrors can actually be folded before they break off. Look at that. Just like you can in real life, you can fold them in and out. I don't think they're electric on any of these, but that's a really cool feature. Also, you can even adjust the mirrors. So let's do the right mirror, and I want to move it, there we go, a bit up. There you go, that's probably a good position. That is a really, really cool mechanic, and we can even do the rear mirror, which looks really off-center. Can we zoom it out a bit? I can look at the seats. But yeah, really cool. You can access that, by the way, in the tuning menu. There are 30 new horn sounds, and listen to the widgeons. That is so cute. I think the new horns start with 100, so let's go for 113. Here we go. 125 is really retro. Listen to this. Yeah. The career mode's cargo boxes have been added to more vehicles. Every car has received fixes and tweaks, and I've found a new config. Hidden in the patch notes is this: the Ibishu Miramar Canyon King. It's basically a drift vehicle with fog lights and improved suspension. It too has a really cute horn. We've got nitrous, and let's see how well this new config drifts. So, we haven't got a Miramar remaster, but this is probably the closest thing in this update. Whoa! Yes, it does drift really well. Here we go, round the Grand Marshal. Oh my goodness. Wow! That is really good. The career mode has some improvements. You do have to start a brand new profile once again, but we've now got the progress tab, which shows you all your progress across the 4 different career paths. And there are now milestones, which are pretty much like achievements with rewards. You get XP and money for completing them. The paint menu is so much nicer. We can change between gloss, metallic, and look, we can pretty much change the color how we want. And buying parts is much easier because it basically acts more like the Control W config menu. We can see all the things we have and don't have laid out much better. It's not just some unmanageable list. Delivery missions have been improved. The menu is just slightly better, and we can load up lots of things, and then it does an automatic route, which basically does the shortest route between all 3 destinations. We don't have to fiddle around doing our own GPS route anymore. BeamNG's UI has been improved. If you go into the vehicle config menu, you can click try new UI, and here it is. It's slightly darker, and we now have a search function. So if I go for tires, I think it's the American spelling, there you go, tires, and as you can see, much nicer to use. Really, really cool. And this style of UI will be coming to the rest of BeamNG's user interface in the coming updates. Obviously, every BeamNG update has performance improvements. I have a 4070 graphics card, and in Vulkan mode, I've been getting a constant FPS, both with traffic on and off. I locked my game to 80 just for recording purposes, but it's been really smooth. The force feedback has also seen improvements. Even with my ancient Logitech G27, it does feel a little bit quicker to respond. Moser steering wheels have been improved quite a bit in this update, and I'm going to be getting a Moser steering wheel set up very, very soon. Stay tuned for a review of that. With the traffic app available in the UI menu, you can now spawn up to 150 cars. I'm going to try it. I don't know what's going to happen. And yeah, as you'd expect, it's running at about 5 or 6 FPS, so not very good. But they have added other cars to the traffic, such as the Bastion, the Wendover, the Grand Marshal, the Roman, the D-Series, and the H-Series. And there is a Grand Marshal right ahead of us. Let's delete delete them, there you go, they're all gone. And basically, the traffic has been increased from a max of 40 to 150. There are 2 new cargo boxes. One of them is the Fluid Tank XL, which looks like that, and the Aggregate Box XL, which looks like that. There are some new missions in Johnson Valley, Utah, East Coast USA, and West Coast USA. They're mostly time trial missions as well as arrive and evade missions, but apparently the drift mode in this game, the drift missions, have been improved massively, and I think we're going to try that out on a live stream one day. Other than VR optimization and improved game stability, that's it for BeamNG 0.32. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed checking that out. I know I haven't made too many videos recently, but we're back on form now, and I'm about to get a brand new steering wheel set up, the Moser truck wheel, and a Moser R9. And thank you to them, by the way, for sending me a wheel to replace this aging Logitech G27. If you'd like to see some more BeamNG, click the video on screen right now, and I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.